time to taste the Morat.
We bottled this back in March 5th of 2020, as a matter of fact. Today is June 18th, so it's a little over 3 months. And remember, this is a Morat, or Mulberry Mead, and it is made from our mulberries that we grew in our backyard. If you can't grow mulberries in your backyard, it's okay. You can use ones that you get from the store. It's perfectly fine. So we're just going to give this a taste and see how we did. I will say, the color is unexpected. It's more of an amber.
It's like a pinkish amber.
Yeah, it's an unusual color. It's not what I thought. I thought it'd be purple.
Color-wise, it kind of reminds me of bay wine.
Hey, we didn't make a red mead.
Yay! It is very clear.
Yeah,
it is crystal clear.
There are, however, some wispy sediments in the bottom of the bottle. Odd. This usually, we do the 2-rack thing and all that. There shouldn't be much, but it means it cleared out even more after we thought it was done and cleared.
So on the nose, I'm getting honey.
Oh, boy.
But I'm getting the only word that comes to mind is
almost caramelized.
Smoked honey.
It comes across like a bouquet.
Yeah, which is very unusual. I wasn't expecting that.
The smell is incredible. I do not smell the fruit at this time. I smell honey.
Yeah.
Go ahead and taste it.
It's very much like the bouquet.
Strong smell, though. Much stronger than a normal mead smell. And keep in mind, this is 15.5, 15.6% alcohol. This is no weak mead. Oh, that's nice.
You get the sensation of the alcohol in the flavor profile, I would say. It's got kind of that acidy astringency that you get from the alcohol.
It tastes like white wine. It really does. It tastes like a good semi-dry, almost dry white wine. This is not sweet. However,
if you compare it with a more traditional mead, you can definitely tell that there's more going on in this.
Yeah, the honey's there.
But it's difficult to say what that is that's going on. Now, we know it's mulberries, but it tastes more like a wine mead hybrid.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
Which I guess in essence
it's almost a
is.
piment. A piment is grapes and honey. This is mulberries and honey. So this is a melomel, but it's unusual. I'm trying very hard to put it into words because I was not expecting this. When we tasted this last time, it was pretty decent. It was okay. I wasn't really expecting great things. But after 3 months, I would say this is a very good mead. This is easily in the 6 to 7 range for us, maybe even 7.5. It's a very good mead. It's dry. Normally, we don't like dry. I would drink that.
On the second taste, which I've learned
I'm on my third.
through tasting whiskeys, that the second taste is a better indicator of the flavor profile because you get acclimated to the alcohol.
Now I get more sweetness.
I did, so I didn't have the astringency so much until the finish. The finish still has a bit of the astringency.
Yeah, slightly acidic finish.
But it's tasting even more like a wine now.
Yeah.
And again, I'm at a loss for words of explaining exactly what the sensations are.
It's got the okay. When I first taste it, I get a fruit, but it's not mulberry.
Yeah.
It tastes more like an apricot, really, but not sweet like an apricot. It's hard to describe, but it very apricot type of flavor without the sweetness. But then I get the honey sweetness right after it. So it's almost like somebody took a really non-sweet apricot and poured honey on it.
Yeah.
And then added some alcohol to it, like a little vodka, something like that. I don't know.
As far as food pairings go, I really want to pair this with pork.
And fish. And any oil-based pasta sauce, like a garlic and oil, alioli type of thing. Stuff like that would be great. Something that's very, very sweet too. You could put this with a dessert. You could put this with cheesecakes and things like that. It's going to pair up really nice because it's got that sweet tart astringency thing.
Yeah, it could even go well with a charcuterie.
Yeah. This would be great
or a salad.
Yeah, this would also be really good with cheese and with fruits like strawberries and things like that. Any berries of any kind, this would pair so well. It would bring out that fruitiness even more. I really like this one.
I think it would even work. You know how sometimes you have a small glass of wine in between courses, like as a cleansing? I think this would be great for that too.
Yeah, because it has that astringent quality, it makes a great palate cleanser. Yep. The tannins came out, and that comes from, using the stems and seeds and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's actually really, really nice. We don't generally go for the dry stuff, but I'm going to say this one was pretty dry. But it still has the honey sweetness is there. Like, you just know it's there, so it doesn't taste dry.
But if I was blindfolded and had an array of things, I probably would categorize this as a wine before I would categorize it as a mead, even though the scent is definitely honey forward.
Exactly. But the taste is not exactly honey.
Yeah, it's
anyway, this is a strange one, but it's a good one. So if you missed any of our Morat, you might want to go back and try it. This is only 3 months old. We have some more of the other bottles that we're going to let age even longer. Yep. So we'll see you in like a year and let you know how it did. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.